everybody, it's our Klaus here, and yeah, I know it's been a little while, and I have so very much that I want to go over with y'all today, and it's hard to even find a spot to begin. I've got all of these things that I want to talk with you about today, and first and foremost, thank you so much to everybody who sends me well wishes or positive energy or contributes to the research. All of the stuff too that I'm not aware of that is a part of y'all just promulgating all of this. It means the world to me, and it's so glad to know that this information has always resonated with who it's supposed to, and that is one of the things that has absolutely motivated me to continue to make these videos. And as those of you who have followed this channel well know, I only put out content when I feel compelled to do so on a much more profound level than simply looking to fill my time. And one of the things that I do feel is worth pointing out here is how I've always drawn attention to my previous videos and encouraging people to continue analyzing them and reviewing them, as there is so much more in them than I could ever fit into the span of time in which I'm talking in any given video. And as time has gone on, so much of that has just been further just kind of confirmed, validated, whatever. And I have up here this, I just typed in Joe Biden ice cream. Because, again, for those of you that have followed for any time know that I have been talking for a while about a presidential assassination revolving around ice cream in some way, and I'm going to be talking more about this. This is, of course, central stuff to the PEZ theory, which is also going to be coming up a lot today. And something that I'm just noticing, again, I literally have been working on and off with this video just since this morning, and so there are a lot of things in here that I might be fleshing out as we go, and stuff that you'll see that again it's all in here. And one of the things that I'm noticing is the first article to pop up here is talking about, of course, the Israel-Gaza just kind of debacle. And I'm thinking the 9th letter and the 7th letter, because one of the things I'm going to be talking to you about today is this date, September 7th, or 9/7. But so let's go. I'm so very excited for this video to put this content out. So let's jump right in. So I'm getting told, let me just get pulled over here, because I just saw a couple of these comments. These happened to come up 11 days ago, so of course there's part of me wondering, hey, why am I seeing this today? And I guess shout out to P. Bayer for putting these out there. Another channel is talking about the date June 11th this year to be looking out for. And yeah, that's probably a very valid observation and set of information that they have there. Again, we go back to the PEZ theory stuff, and in the literal title for it is talking about why YouTube banned one of my videos talking specifically about June 11th and all of the significance that can be gleaned from looking at that day. But so I want y'all to see here. My last video was released exactly 6 months ago on the 4th of September, and 9 and 4 is 13. And I'm emphasizing that because there's something about the number 13, let alone mirrored 31. Again, Baskin-Robbins 31. This is the Stonecutters episode of The Simpsons, very infamous episode for its obviously direct riffing on the concept of something like the Freemasons, any sort of secret society. And it is the 115th episode, just to tie everything in here. because we are going to be talking about the 115th day of the year, on and on. But so again, as I say, I'm just putting it out there because there's something with this number 13. The 13th or the 31st could be very big days to be mindful of this year. But so my last video comes out 182 days ago today, and it's just very peculiar coding, because all of these references to goal of Saturn, false flag operation, and again the return to Saturnalia, all of the things that's directly tied to my 611 videos. But notice as well a watch and learn feature, and that's coming directly from these PEZ theory videos back here. This is watch and learn feature is actually how that episode starts. That's what it says on the screen. And this reference here to hidden in plain sight. And I thought to myself, there has to be something there. One of the things y'all know I like to do is to take my name and then put the Roman numerals for the year that we're in as kind of a lens to hold across everything. And so when we do that for the year 2024, we get this number 251. And in that you have coding for hidden in plain sight message. Well, I will be fucking damned. But look here, there's a new world coming, something to do with gender identity disorder. President Trump killed Cat Williams, Great America, and April 24th. Things I have for you here. So the very first thing that I thought to do with that was to look at, well, what's the 251st day of this year? And so that is our September 7th down here. And September 7th, definitely something that we have looked into extensively in the past. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull up some of the coding that comes up with September 7 for you, so that you can have that idea of some of the concepts that we've talked about. And very clearly here, the Great Cleansing, Skull and Bones, Triple Three, all of these very profound pieces. Okay? But so I want to just hold that pin in that for you there. But let's think again that the 115th day of this year is actually going to be April 24th. And on that 115th day, there's 251 days remaining. Just like this simple value for my name in the Roman numerals for 2004. So now I figure that seems like a pretty interesting message that could be hidden in plain sight. And so between all of these pieces, the idea is that there must be something there. But I want to take it one step further for you, as I so very much like to do. And in this 115th episode here, I want you to see that when the stonecutters get rid of Homer and they take over the Baskin Robbins, when they replace the sign, they replace it with one that says abandoned store. And so A and S are the first and 19th letters. That gives us a 119 or a mirrored 911. And then that simple value is 137, which happens to be the amount of days in between April 24th and September 7th this year. So I feel that is profoundly interesting. And let's pull up some of these 137s for you so you can see here these references to mind control and the path of death. Ideas of dissociation. You see there 17th. And of course, 17, an incredibly important number I'm actually going to talk about. Let's just go ahead and talk about it now, I suppose, because April 24th this year, as you can see on the left side of your screen, is going to be the 17th Wednesday for 2024. And it's actually taking place in the 17th week. We could reduce those down and look at them as a nice 88, just something to think about. But this idea, again, this is the star card. The star, the 17th tarot card. And as you can see very clearly, that is also going to come up in this coding that we have today. But jumping back here to this stuff with Cat Williams, Great America, very interesting to me, obviously drawing parallels to Trump. Cat Williams just so happens to be making a lot of waves because of him coming out, allegedly exposing a lot of things. That's one of the, I don't want to say gimmicks about him, but one of the angles that they definitely like to drum up with him, that he's telling us these things, giving us these insights that feed into things that we know about the industry and how just awful all of it really is. And so really no surprise that Cat, and I've talked extensively about Cat Williams in the past. I do think that he actually has a very big influence just in everything. And so again, holding all of these pieces together, and I do want to show you that as we're thinking about this, it's so much, you guys. I'm looking at, because again, as I tell you, I'm just putting all this information together today. This symbol of the 137, and again, that's the span between these 2 days we're looking at, is also just a rearrangement of these numbers 1, 7, and 3 that come up with diamond and crystal. And those are said to be the crystals that are representative of being born on April 24th. And so I can pull all of that up for you just right over here, just in case anybody's getting a little squirrely with all of that. And even this right here, I'm looking at this 37th day of spring, and it's pulling me over to this stuff that I was talking about in my David Blaine video, because we're talking about in this the 3G piece. I think here, I'm going to pull it up. Y'all can hopefully just bear with me today. Again, this is not as polished as my videos typically are, but I want to get all of this information that I can in here. So let's see. But notice as well here, and especially in connection with that cover, they do have a backwards number 3 and letter G. So again, speaking to this idea of mirroring things, which we've been talking about very heavily, but 3G could be seen as 3 sevens, and again, the Temple of Understanding located at 777 United Nations Plaza. So also just worth noting in this video, because everybody's talking about Disease X now, because they were talking about it at WEF again, we were unpacking all of that back in 2019 here. And in this particular video, this is all the way back in February of that year, Disease X, Pfizer, and again, think of Disease X, that's the 24th letter, Disease 24, maybe for the year 2024, I don't know, right? All of these things. But so, again, the date of April 24th, most certainly standing out to me. Again, diamond and crystal, the birthstones for that day, these references to Agenda 21, Kiss End of the Road, Third World War, Generous People, again, translation of Puyallup, all of the things we've talked about with Mount Rainier. And so one last thing worth noting, April 24th actually kicks off World Immunization Week. How exciting is that? And so again, you can see some more of these pieces over here, but most certainly a lot to be said there. But so let's make sure that we're getting through everything. So yeah, let's jump into the next piece here, and it's this movie Leave the World Behind. Now, I I honestly, I tried to watch it. I fell asleep. I don't have the time to go back through and try to rewatch it. But there are some things that we can certainly glean here, and something I will show. So, this particular movie did come out on November 22nd of 2023. So that is the 60-year anniversary of JFK's assassination. Of course, that is not coincidental. There's multiple release dates listed for this film, but this was the one in which it made its way to select theaters. It's the one listed when you search it. So that is the one that we went with. So again, this is very compelling to me. And I took this screenshot. This is from the little excerpt that they play if you're thinking about watching this movie. And you've got this little girl saying that, I think that ship is heading towards us. And then there's this ship, right, barrels into them. And you can look at that coding there, and how interesting, because it's September 11th, 2001. And so, heralding on the back of all this 9/11 talk that we're discussing here, and how all of these pieces just build upon themselves, very, very interesting to me. But so, before I get too far ahead of myself here, do notice that the movie itself is listed as 2 hours and 21 minutes. And so, mirrored, that is 122. Again, with the botch song 122 that was released and that we talked very extensively about. I'll pull this up on the right side of your screen over here so that you can get a look at all of this 122 coding in the various ways that we have brought it up. So again, I'm really just scrolling back here so you can see all the variations that we put all the way to the very top there. And partially why I'm emphasizing that is I know in that coding 137 is written out, and I had it underlined in those videos because I was trying to figure out what the fuck it's for. All right, there's a lot of September dates that are also coming back. That is the month for this particular year that is really just kind of putting me on edge, and that if something were to land, I don't know. But again, in that video, all this talk of these 2s and 4s, just like the 24th here. All right, so tremendous amount of information there. And let's see what else. When we're looking at that, the 155 days is in reference to when Leave the World Behind was released, and this date of April 24th. So again, you can see here these references to the star, to SARS-CoV-2, Masonic Ritual 313, Camptown Ladies, that's a PEZ theory reference, and American Darkness is getting us into all the Chelsea Wolfe information. Very, very powerful set of research I put out a few years back. But so if you look through here for Leave the World Behind, you will see, again, very profound things. And a lot of dialing back to this number 107. So again, thinking about this in relation to all of these apocalyptic pieces, that's pretty much exactly what comes up with that value. And you are going to see, again, all of the overlap between this video and these previous videos. This is partially why all of this stuff is so stunning. Okay, so there's some more of the 107 coding for you to familiarize further with. Of course, all the stuff with Woody Harrelson, our favorite. July 16th, thinking about all of the Neuralink stuff, that is when Elon Musk first introduced the world to Neuralink way back when. And yeah, I would love to find some time to be able to do this cover, but very clearly for the Economist World Ahead, they are directly referencing Neuralink with this particular imagery over here. There's a lot to be said for this, but I digress because that is not the purpose of today's video. So again, huge concepts here littered throughout, and I do want to show you the significance here, because again, that span of time from when Leave the World Behind is released and April 24th of this year is 22 weeks and 1 day is another way to look at that. Remember, the film itself, 2 hours, 21 minutes. So you see these 221s or reversed 122s. And of course, we can pull up the simple value of the 221 so that you can glean some more here into World Heart Federation. Remember, World Heart Day is September 29th. References to satanic ritual sacrifices, all the stuff we've gone into with the Willis Tower, United Nations Plaza. You did have that clip that I happened to play with the 3G, 37, United Nations. This is where Temple of Understanding is located. And so again, go back through and check out these videos because it's all there. I tend to not be so pressed in those videos when I'm initially unpacking this, but also these references to a second war of independence, something that per the mainstream media is all but imminent at this particular point in time, distressing as that kind of feels and sounds. But so the other thing, the one thing I noticed before I fell asleep was these kids, and they're wearing these shirts. One is the Obey t-shirt and the other is a NASA t-shirt. So Obey NASA. Are you fucking Obama? I was connected to all, again, like, where the fuck did these people get off, y'all? And again, when you're wondering how Obama assassination can still be playing, it's because he's allegedly sitting right in on movies like that. He's definitely still a influential voice behind the scenes. And so, again, Obey NASA coming up, both 4 letters, so you have a nice 44. All the things that we could talk about, but it's a simple value of 82, which is the same as my fucking name. Okay? In Armageddon, in Ordo ab Chaos, order out of chaos. All the things. So put it together. Leave the world behind, obey NASA. Simple value of 274. Look at that, 2024. The year we find ourselves in. How peculiar. Silent war continues. The number 242. So 242nd day this year. It's August 29th. If we pull up simple values for 242, it's Temple of Understanding. So, I mean, all of the things, y'all. Brotherhood of Saturn, Fall of the United States. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, I mean, this it's a very short video, but there is a tremendous amount of information that we've got in here. And these are very interesting references here, bringing us back to David Blaine information in 1128, another day that we called way out in advance. But so I'm going to just leave you with some coding here. Again, a few things that I haven't had time to fully flesh out with this disease 24, these ideas of the rise of the phoenix, June 21st being referenced, breaking it down as 2-4, the world currency. Here's a few more of these that I want you guys to be able to see the spans of time in between. Something about October 13th this year. I know that the 13th week starts on March 25th. There's definitely something laced in with that as well. I've got a couple one other, yeah, so I wanted to pull this, and this is pretty interesting to me because this is going back to the video with David Blaine speaking at the World Economic Forum. And again, my big question there was, why the fuck is he doing that? And remember, in the performance that he gave, let's see here, expand on it, there we go. I want you to see the card that he has for this particular trick. And again, all the stuff we talked about with that O behind him and how it's constantly looking like horns. He sews his mouth shut for this trick. Okay. And all of this, the reason I'm belaboring the point to get here is because it is a queen, right? Let's see. Lips are sealed at this, and so again, notion of is very interesting to me. All right, so again, you can go and see that it's clearly the Queen of Clubs. I'm not gonna, the video's there, all of that's up, but I do want to pull this up for you because we talked about a lot of this. And again, these 17s. Q is the 17th letter. It's a 88 on there. It could be a reference to the star. Could be reference to, right, million fucking things, obviously. But wanting y'all to just see how deeply interwoven this really truly is. And again, David Blaine's birthday is on April 4th, which was the day that the Twin Towers construction began. He was actually born the same fucking year, date, and everything that they began building those, if memory serves me correctly. And so something will be coming from him as well. Let's keep an eye out for all of that. I'm not going to get into all the gender shit today. You guys can catch me on a rant video or something. But yeah, there's so much more. But for the time that I have today, I think that is all that I can squeeze in here for you. Those are the tabs that I have open. And so again, thank you so very much to all of you who continue to watch this channel. I really hope that you are doing everything you can to better your communities, to prepare for what is seemingly more and more just around the corner, and not going insane in doing so. I think that's one of the most key things, is finding the balance and being aware of what is coming, and not being consumed by it, not feeling helpless in it. So thank you so much to all of you, and please